Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor. Juan vio el número de los redimidos y todos alababan al Señor. Unos oraban, otros cantaban, pero todos alababan al Señor Jesús. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor. Juan vio el número de los redimidos y todos alababan al Señor. Unos oraban, otros cantaban, pero todos alababan al Señor Jesús. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor.
I am Dr. Don Ziegler, and this week we did a medical campaign to San Juan de Oriente, and we had a very successful week. We saw over 2,000 patients in 4 clinic sessions. We gave out a lot of medicines, and we feel like we really touched people.
Probably looking at the children, that's always something that makes me keep wanting to come back on this trip. And I can see how excited that they are every year, no matter where you are. They always, you can tell the kind of difference that makes in their countenance and their face, and just always, the simplest things will make, just makes them happy, makes their day. And you never know what kind of little thing will change their lives. You know, I may be a college student that has barely anything at all. It's still, the possessions and things that I have it's just astronomical compared to what they have, and what we can say in the smallest form of giving them a hug and a smile and thing like that can change their life, and that can really get to you and make a difference in my lives as much as it does in theirs.
Coming to Nicaragua has changed my perspective, just because I can just see how, great God is. And down here, we just come down here and it's all about Him. And when you go back to the United States, we're just like, wow, we're so blessed to live in the United States.
And we take so much for granted, and when you come down here and you see how they have to hang up their clothes and everything, it makes you feel like you have so much. And I love coming down here and just talking to everyone and saying hola to all the little niños. And we all get together and we form stronger bonds together with each other as Americans. And we form bonds with our fellow Nicaraguans that's down here.
Coming to Nicaragua has been a really good life-changing experience. You don't understand exactly how blessed you are when you live in the United States until you step foot outside. And you see exactly what kind of homes people live in. Some of them are shacks at best. It just gives me a great appreciation for what I have and how richly I've been blessed to live in the United States.
I'm glad that I am in the United States, but I'm glad coming here too, because I like to help the people that are in need, especially the children, because I love little children.
This is my first year on a mission trip. I've always wanted to go on mission trips and stuff, and my youth minister really encouraged me this year to come, and I really enjoyed it. Just seeing all the people that come and they need our help and stuff, and how important we are to them when we come down here, and how giving they really are. Even though they don't have anything, they give and give and give, and it really makes you look on your life and see how humble you really are and how humble they really are. It makes you compare yourself.
Nicaragua is not what I expected it to be. The people are much more friendlier here than they are back in the States. They just want to learn more about God.
Seeing these people and how they live, and they're still happy, I don't know that I could be happy living here, just from how I've been blessed. God has, He's given me so many blessings that I can't even imagine not having the things I have.
We can notice that the people here looking for us, asking for us to help us with the medicine. They invite us to visit them and study with them. So we get a good result there. And I try to tell you all that this is a great experience because according to what I understand, you cannot do this kind of work at US. You can work in Nicaragua, house by house, knocking door, visit a lot of people. They will permit you to get in their house and sit down and speak with them. We have a good success. This is a great experience. We get united, we're rejoicing, we're playing, we're teaching, we pray together, we know better one another, and that motivates us to come again. If you're not involved in this work, please make up your mind and try your best to be here next year, God's Pure Life.
There's a lot of people that know the verse about going to all the world, and they have a really hard time being able to get off from their jobs, or they have small kids. But if you have the money that you can support it, that's just as good as being here, because it helps us be able to come. And there's a lot of people that can't afford it but have the time. Even older people who might not be able to come now might have the money that they could give to the cause and help somebody that really, really needs it. And it will bless your life forever.
It has been an amazing experience. This was my first time coming to Nicaragua, and I knew absolutely no one. I knew nothing about this place, but I have had an amazing time here. It has changed my perspective of everything about Southern American area. I have met many interesting people and fun people, and I think it would be great for anyone who's even thinking about coming to Nicaragua to come down and just see what it's like down here.
This is my third trip to Nicaragua, and I am so grateful for the privilege of coming here. This re-energizes me, even though the Nicaraguans are very lavish in their gratitude for us Americans who come. I really take back more to the States than what I bring down. It helps me in my preaching. It teaches me things. It makes me realize how blessed I am, and I'm just so grateful for this opportunity.
It's my first time, and one thing that I really was surprised by was just how, the pictures don't really do it justice. It's like you have to come, and it's really hard to describe to people that haven't been here. When I called home yesterday, they were wanting to know what it was like, and you just have to come see it.
This is my second year coming down to Nicaragua, and the experience in the past 2 years has completely changed the way I think about my life in the U.S. and the things that I do every day. Just the fact that you may not have running water every day, or even electricity is a luxury. That makes me extremely thankful that we have the things that we do, and it always reminds me how God has blessed us and how we don't need to take anything for granted.
One of my favorite experiences this week was a Bible study we just had today, and we had it with a man who was feeling really guilty for all the sins he's had in his life, and he had a really hard time just sharing that with us and feeling comfortable enough, but he finally did, and he had a hard time believing that God's grace was great enough to cover his sin. But after we shared the message of Christ with him, he was eager to get baptized, and he was really eager to have that forgiveness. And then we all piled onto a small taxi made for 3 people. We had 7 people, and we chugged up the hill to the church, and we baptized him. His mother was in tears. She was so excited that he had changed, and it was just a really touching experience.
I was able to witness a baptism at the church, and in my 4 years of visits to Nicaragua, it's the first time I've actually been able to witness a baptism. They usually occur while we're working in the clinic and while our evangelism team is out. And it was just really cool because the gentleman was baptized, and then immediately the Nicaraguan preachers broke into song that they all knew. It was really cool. And then the next day, the gentleman's wife was baptized also. So it was a really great experience.
We went and met with a patient that Don Ziegler and others had gone and treated at home. They made a house call. And as a result of that house call, the person wanted to study. He was approximately 80 years old. He had a stroke that had paralyzed half of his body. So we went over for the study, and at the end of the study he wanted to be baptized, and so we got one of the cabs over there, loaded him up, and took him to the church building. The cab driver was moved by the experience, and he wanted a Bible study. When we got to the church and had him baptized, there was a lady who lived very close to the church who was walking by, and she witnessed the event. She wanted to study. She was a single mother with 5 children. She had already been to the clinic. We met with her for about an hour and a half, and at the end of that, she wanted to be baptized. Her expression after she was baptized was worth the entire trip. She's the only one who came up out of the water. She turned around, she looked at me and the others and just went. That was about as special a thing as I've seen on any of the trips that I've been on, but it made for a great trip and an impressive trip for me.
I guess my mission high this week has just been seeing so many people sacrifice their time and really give themselves to show the love of Jesus to the people around them. It's just been awesome to watch people just care and sink themselves in to take care of other people, total strangers, and even the friends that are down here working with them, just really taking care of each other.
One of the things that I remember was an older lady, about 82, came and listened to our presentation about hygiene. And when it was over, she just laughed and she told us that she was not feeling well, but we had made her very happy. And that was kind of a highlight to know that we had brightened someone's day.
When I was in crowd control, there was this little girl that kept coming up and I kept playing bubbles with her. And then later that day, after most people had left, I went up to the market and there was a little voice behind me and she said, "Muchacha!" And she ran over to me and gave me a big hug. And it made me feel like she really remembered me and I made an impact in her life.
Seeing the looks of gratitude on the faces of these mothers and these children when we hand them their bags of clothes, when we hold up a dress, the smiles that come on the faces of these little girls. I think that was what my mission high for the week usually is.
I went and watched this girl get baptized. She was around my age, and that was real encouraging to me to see that the evangelism down here, it really does work. Last night I went up to greet her and she just wrapped her arms around me, and that was just real encouraging, and I really love coming, and this is a great experience and I wish everybody could experience it.
The first guy we talked to was a Baptist, and his views on things were a little different, but it really encouraged me because he was taking time out of his work and everything to study with us. We went out and saw another guy who believed in the Bible and seemed to see that he needed to be saved, but he was so involved in sin that he was scared he would sin even after he had been saved. And after talking with him and everything, he saw that it was something that needed to be done, and he ended up being saved, and that was an amazing experience.
Hi, my brother from the United States. I am Alfonso Smith. I've been a preacher since about 32 years, but now recently, over 10 years, I've been coming every year to Nicaragua, and really it has caused a great impact. Your mission work here, want you support the brothers and elders to come here and work and bring medicines, it really has caused a great impact to the people here, and is a way that the church have really grown and prosper in Central America. So my request to you is to continue supporting this mission work, continue supporting the group of preachers, elders, and doctors that have come into Nicaragua and giving this help to the people. The people here really appreciate it, and we have great fruit, great result by many baptism and many church congregations establishing in all Nicaragua, and also many buildings I've been constructed also because of this kind of mission work you are doing. So my request to you is to continue supporting this great mission, continue supporting all the groups that come from the United States every year because doing a great work here in Central America, preaching the gospel and bringing many souls to the salvation of Jesus Christ.
I get very emotional when I talk about coming to Nicaragua. It's something that I experienced the first time 10 years ago, and it changed my life then, and it continues to transform me every time that I come back. And I do the VBS missions because I just love seeing the faces of those little children. And I know that while they may not be old enough to realize what we're doing fully and maybe not respond and obey the gospel now, my hope is that we do something that they will remember as time goes by, and that the local preachers will continue to follow up with those children and their families, and that the seed is planted, and that eventually those children will become Christians because of what we have done in the VBS week. So it is just a blessing to me, and the people in Nicaragua are just beautiful, warm, friendly people. And they're very accepting of us. They appreciate us coming to their country. I've never had a bad experience with any of the natives in Nicaragua, and it is truly a life-changing experience to come on a mission trip like this.
Before we left for Nicaragua, I didn't really know what to expect. My thoughts of the Church of Christ were very small and limited to pretty much only the Bible Belt, but I've learned that the church is very, very strong here and many other places, and it encouraged me to know that I have brothers in many other places than just Tennessee.
Coming down to Nicaragua is a great way for people to get to know other people like teens. I've met some really great people down here and they've really impacted my life.
There's a lot to say about coming to Nicaragua and doing mission work. But one of the most important things to say about it is just how we come together and work for just the Lord. When we come to a place like this, we put away our cell phones, leave them at home, turn them off, everything in our wallets. We leave all that important stuff to us behind. And we come to a place where people don't know so much about those things, and we teach them about God and about Jesus Christ. And we work together as a team. People from Panama, from Nicaragua, from different states in the United States come together and work together. And that's the thing that's great about doing this kind of work here in Nicaragua, is just remembering that God is first, and we are to teach others about Him. And it's touching to see people work together. It's touching to see lives be changed by that work. And it's touching to see people put on Christ and make the most important decision that they'll ever make in their entire life.
Amén. Él va a volver a llevarme allá, Él va a volver a llevarme allá, Él va a volver a llevarme allá, porque mi hogar no está acá, mis pecados han sido lavados, redimidos son, y así es como Él me salvó, y así es como Él me salvó, y así es como Él me salvó, fui al río, se me bautizó, mis pecados han sido lavados, redimidos son, mis pecados han sido lavados, redimidos son. Amén. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré, 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 alabaré a mi Señor.
Please come join us sometime.
Come and go with us sometime. It's a wonderful experience.
It'll change your life.
God bless you.